Welcome to Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. It's a place where you'll hear about the alternative healing methods to improve your mind, body, and emotional well-being.
Hi, welcome to the show. Suzanne Lynn with Anita Brown from Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine. Thank you for joining us. Glad that you're here, Anita.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
We got an important show today. We're going to be talking about, of course, acupuncture and herbal medicine and how that ties in with helping with allergies and autoimmune. Because, Anita, you were saying that you've seen that in the clinic a lot lately, right?
I see a lot of autoimmune disorders, everything from gastritis, colitis, to allergies.
And while you go, that's so sad, somebody have allergies, it can be life-altering, right? Especially autoimmune.
Autoimmune is life-altering because you not only have maybe an allergy, seasonal allergies, usually those people are also sensitive to foods and develop arthritis as they get older. So it all is encompassed. Yeah, it all ties together.
Let's start with allergies and talking about, we come about this time of year, we're in Florida, and I don't know if they're doing this thing with hay or I don't know what's going on, but I get allergies in spring and fall. And they say, well, I have natural honey from the area that you live in. Well, that's great if I started 6 months ago. Right. What am I supposed to do now? I'm suffering now.
You have to keep your honey jar.
I know.
That's a good excuse. Eat honey.
It's true. So, but when we're talking about allergies, I mean, how do you, as an acupuncture and an herbal, provider, is that what you call it?
Yes.
Your title. How can you help somebody who's suffering with allergies?
Oh, with herbal medicine and acupuncture, it's still, you have to make an appropriate diagnosis. And if one person might diagnose a certain way that has allergies and the next person will be totally different, so you have to customize treatments and herbs, because not everybody will respond the same way to the same herbal medicine or acupuncture treatments.
So it's not just diagnosing what it is, it's making sure that they're going to respond to the
appropriate. Yes, and I can have cases where it's almost one and done. They come in, they have allergies, I treat them, and they go away. And
wow.
And then you have those cases where it's a little bit more challenging, but usually we can get on top of it.
So my basic question is, when I come into you, how are you going to diagnose the difference between you have a cold and you have an allergy? What are you looking for?
Oh, the pulse. It's
really?
The telltale sign. If you have a cold, your pulse will be floating. It will be almost bounding off your skin. I can feel that. So that
we
floating,
go back to the whole pulse thing and what you...
And then the cold, you can see a white coat on your tongue. People with allergies usually have an inflamed red tongue.
Wow. Okay. So you're looking at the tongue and the pulse to go, this is the combination of herbs that you need.
Right.
So
and
again, customizing it.
Customizing herbs basically to get back there and boost their defensive chi. Okay. So boost the body's own immune system so it's not overreacting. Okay. Because it is an overreaction, allergies are.
So are allergies typically food bound or food borne or like environmental?
It could be anything, but usually it starts with that weakened immune system and a weakened digestive system. So everything starts in the gut. So I look first and foremost at their digestive system, make sure they're digesting food appropriately.
So that might not be a bad idea just to do something that's maintaining digestion, because I constantly hear you say that things start in the gut.
Correct. That's what I do. I really work with the digestive system first and foremost, and then go from there, because you can solve a lot of issues by just balancing out the digestive system.
So if we're talking about preventative, and I go, so that I don't have to come see you, wouldn't it be great if I prevented the problems? What type of mixture would you recommend?
Well, I always recommend for people, stick with your sugar-free yogurts, fermented foods like sauerkraut, buttermilk. If you don't like dairy, a lot of fermented vegetables they're very good for boosting your immune system in your gut. So they boost those good bacteria, which comprise your immune system.
So it all goes back to, natural food that God has given us, right?
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah, the simplest food is the better food.
I've never heard you say garlic bread and a chocolate mousse.
And pasta, no. No, those aren't very good for the immune system.
All right, let's take a break. We talked about allergies. We're going to move into autoimmune deficiencies and find out some more about that. So we'll be right back.
Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine is all about healing your mind, body, and emotional well-being with traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. From chronic and acute pain to arthritis, IBS, digestive health, inflammation-related autoimmune conditions, insomnia, colitis, depression and neuropathy, and even infertility, TCM can treat a variety of symptoms and more. And the hundreds of herbs Anita is educated in not only treat symptoms, but boost nutrition in the body. If you're tired of being in pain and feel like you've tried everything, this is the time to call Anita Brown Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine and find out more about the healing ways of acupuncture and herbal medicine. Easy telehealth options are even available. Call Anita today at 352-231-2000.
Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. We've been talking about autoimmune and allergies, and that what I'm taking from this, Anita, is that it really starts in the gut. And we were just laughing about how, well, natural foods are the best, but I really want you to consider doing chocolate mousse. I think that, if we could find a way to help boost immune and help with allergies with chocolate mousse. And you were saying that you have something healthy, that you have a healthy gut, healthy chocolate mousse.
Yes, made with
Let's
avocados.
Spend the rest of the show talking. That's great. Share more about that.
So you can make a chocolate mousse or brownies, just substituting eggs and butter with an avocado.
Okay.
There are many recipes out there on the internet with substitutions, and you can use stevia or maybe a little bit of honey to sweeten. I mean, you're using a lot of cocoa powder, so you're getting that chocolate and you're getting that toothsomeness, that satisfaction from that high fat. The good fats from the avocado.
Zucchinis
Zucchinis,
like that,
yeah.
nice and moist that can be. And, it sounds like you're leaning towards those healthy natural foods because, the gut is affecting even the autoimmune. You're saying that you're seeing a lot in the clinic.
Affecting autoimmune, it's affecting your sleep. And people that have the autoimmune, they have a tendency to have, the gut problems. It goes back to gut problems, allergies. Their immune system is just very taxed, so it's hypersensitive. So it has to be tonified or nourished. It needs the appropriate foods, the appropriate herbs to get it back on track.
So autoimmune, one of the things I'm thinking about is I'm hearing a lot about colitis lately. That seems to be a theme with people in my world or something, my bubble. And I guess what you're saying is kind of work backwards. It's not about the end result, it's where it started and maybe preventing.
Yeah, preventing things like that. It's a little bit difficult because autoimmune are tied into genetics. But there's such a thing as epigenetics, meaning that there are certain triggers that will take our genetics and make them react in a certain way. And if we know what those triggers are, then we can prevent a lot of the pitfalls of autoimmune. A lot of times it's lifestyle, of course.
Right.
Stress, diet,
Right.
poor sleep habits.
It's easier to blame genetics.
It's easier to blame genetics, and it's only a small portion, probably 10% are contributed to genetics.
So we can manipulate by our behavior, herbs, acupuncture, autoimmune.
Exactly. Stress is a big factor, and outbreaks of autoimmune.
Really?
When people get a lot of inflammation, and that's going to be autoimmune. It's going to be tied with stress, poor sleep again, poor dietary habits, a lot of sugar.
As soon as I think about stress, I think about acupuncture. Can you speak to that just a little bit?
Oh.
Since, we're making the connection between autoimmune, stress, acupuncture. We're working backwards on all this.
Yes. Yeah, and acupuncture is great. Just a few needles, a few acupuncture treatments, a person feels like they're melting into the table. It's very appropriate, especially when you work with the liver, because the liver is that organ that deals with the stress. So it gets overworked, and once that liver gets overworked, you get irritability. The liver overacts on the digestive system. You get nausea, you get constipation, or IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
The liver.
The liver.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the organ that controls the flow of emotions, the flow of blood.
So I can say, it's my liver's fault.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
Right. You could have a compromised liver, right?
I have a compromised liver. But acupuncture, seriously, the experience that I had with it, I mean, I was in for a bad back, and by the time I was done having acupuncture, I was like, I can't move. I felt so relaxed and melted into the table.
Yes.
Like, how much time can I have? Just 5 minutes? Can I pay for 5 extra minutes just to lay here?
On the table. Yes, it actually, that's what acupuncture does. It puts out those endorphins, those feel-good hormones. And really, I hate to use the term balances, but it does balance out the body's ability to restore and put out appropriate hormones, whether it be endorphins or pain-relieving, COX-2 inhibitors, whatever it is.
Highly recommend it. I'm telling you, allergies, autoimmune, colds coming up. I mean, it's just amazing the things that acupuncture and herbal medicine can answer. Want to recommend Anita, a personal walking billboard for this lady, because she's just done tremendous things. If you've ever experienced acupuncture or herbal medicine, talk about it, share it with friends, and let them know that Anita's here in Tavares and Ocala, and that she's pretty special. She's got a great message to share. So thank you for joining us. Subscribe to the show, like it. As the young people say, smash that button. I don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you. We'll join you next time. Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Your Life with Oriental Medicine with Anita Brown. Please feel free to call her with questions that you may have at 352-231-2000 or visit her website at www.anitabrown.acupuncture.com. We're thrilled to be able to share stories and insight as to how alternative Chinese medicine may help improve your life and decrease chronic physical and emotional pain. And please be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single episode. Individual results may vary, and our advice is not a substitute for medical advice from a physician. Please consult a physician before making any changes or adding to what has already been put in place for you.